Do you know how Saudi Arabia just shocked the world with what they're building? It's not just another oil superstate. They're trying to reinvent entire cities with artificial intelligence. But the real story is far deeper, more strategic, and more surprising than anyone's headlines. Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030 was sold to the world as a plan to diversify an oil-dependent economy. What that phrase really means is this: Riyadh wants to become a global hub of artificial intelligence, digital infrastructure, and futuristic cities, and it's investing far more than most people realize to make that transition happen. But the way this strategy is unfolding, with breathtaking ambition and sobering recalibration, tells a story of a state pushing to master technology as a new form of national power. A dramatic shift in how Saudi projects are being executed has been underreported. In the past week, multiple major financial outlets and newswires revealed that Saudi Arabia is scaling back or reassessing elements of its most iconic mega-project NEOM, including The Line, a planned 170-kilometer smart city once envisioned to house millions, and the Trojena Winter Games schedule. The kingdom is redirecting capital toward more immediate, exportable infrastructure like data hubs and AI centers rather than showpiece spectacles. This pivot reflects deeper financial and strategic recalibration driven by oil price pressures and competitive global technology dynamics. This is important. Saudi Arabia isn't abandoning futuristic cities. It is retooling its strategy to build practical systems first, and mega-project aesthetics second. At the core of that transformation is technology, specifically AI and data infrastructure. In Davos in early 2026, Saudi AI firm Humane, a subsidiary of the Public Investment Fund, announced a financing deal worth up to $1.2 billion with the National Infrastructure Fund to expand AI infrastructure in the kingdom. This includes plans to construct hundreds of megawatts of AI data center capacity, serving sovereign, enterprise, and industrial use cases in a way that decouples Saudi digital capabilities from foreign platforms and cloud providers. Humane was created in 2025 precisely for this reason, to turn Saudi Arabia from an energy exporter into a data and AI powerhouse. It's building AI infrastructure, models, digital twins, and cloud ecosystems that could become the backbone not only of NEOM, but of cities across the Middle East. Its launch and partnerships with companies such as xAI and AirTrunk, and now major hyperscalers like NVIDIA, show how deep Riyadh's technology commitments have become. One of the most consequential partnerships is between Humane and NVIDIA, where the kingdom is planning to build AI factories of the future with up to 500 megawatts of compute powered by hundreds of thousands of NVIDIA GPUs. The first phase already includes an 18,000 GPU supercomputer, and the initiative also involves deploying Omniverse Cloud for digital twin simulations, a core technology for smart cities and industrial automation. This computing backbone will support everything from logistics AI to energy optimization and robotic systems, potentially making Saudi Arabia a critical node in global AI infrastructure. NEOM itself, the experimental region on the Red Sea, is embracing this pivot. NEOM and Saudi data infrastructure firm Datavolt signed a landmark agreement to develop a 1.5 gigawatt net zero AI factory campus at Oxagon, the industrial smart city within NEOM, valued at an initial $5 billion and expected to be operational by 2028. This project represents a physical fusion of compute, energy, sustainability, and economic strategy. Rather than spinning off into isolated districts, Oxagon is being designed as an integrated industrial ecosystem with robotics, automation, IoT, and circular economy principles embedded at every layer. At the same time, investments pledged at technology summits like LEAP 2025 in Riyadh topped $7.40 billion aimed at expanding data center capacity, hyperscale infrastructure, and 5G IoT connectivity. Saudi telecom and technology companies are building data centers, submarine fiber links, and AI compute platforms to support domestic smart services and regional digital exports, a signal that the kingdom is positioning itself not just as an energy hub, but as a digital hub for the Middle East and Africa. These efforts are underpinned by global tech partnerships. Amazon Web Services (Oz) announced investments in the Saudi AI ecosystem, including establishing an AI zone to host AI servers, cloud services, and training infrastructure, a direct plug-in to Humane's national ecosystem. AMD, Qualcomm, and Google Cloud have also signaled multi-billion commitments to build AI capacity and training programs inside the kingdom. These moves are not isolated investments, they are strategic alignments built around Saudi sovereign technology ambitions. The result of all this activity is not just a smart city that looks different. It's an operating system for national development. Instead of NEOM being a static city under glass, new Saudi strategy treats cities as data platforms, real-time systems where traffic, energy, emergency response, logistics, and environmental controls are all managed by distributed AI. Sensors, digital twins, edge compute, and cloud intelligence work in synchrony to optimize systems at city scale rather than operate isolated applications. Contrary to early promotional videos, the new NEOM is not about fantasy architecture. It's about building data and compute infrastructure that can be scaled, exported, and monetized globally. This also explains why Saudi projects like the Muqab and the Asian Winter Games venue in Trojena have been deprioritized or postponed. They are a spectacle without systemic tech value. Saudi leadership is learning that real infrastructure, computers, grids, centers, is what delivers strategic economic returns. Another quiet reality is that Saudi Arabia is betting heavily on regional competitiveness in technology. As smart city megaprojects globally have struggled, with models collapsing under cost and privacy concerns, Saudi Arabia is trying to avoid past mistakes by building concrete technological layers first: data centers, sovereign cloud, AI training programs, and industry partnerships. This is a far cry from the old smart city model of sensors and apps. It's a system where the city itself becomes extensible infrastructure for AI. None of this comes without challenges or controversy. There are financial pressures associated with the scale of these investments, questions about governance and data privacy, and geopolitical dynamics around access to advanced chips and cloud technologies. Western export controls on high-end semiconductors and AI infrastructure could shape how Saudi Arabia sources and deploys technology over the next decade. But Riyadh's strategic partnerships and sovereign institutions like Humane and the Public Investment Fund are attempting to navigate these challenges head-on by building a native AI ecosystem that can stand independently on the world stage. What Saudi Arabia is building now, not just a smart city, but a technological backbone, could redefine how nations compete in a world where compute and data are the true foundations of economic and geopolitical power.